Hello friends, welcome back to Mudstack. I'm your friend Ashish Pardi, Principal Architect. In today's session, we're going to discuss about again new feature which is added to the AnyPoint platform under API Manager called API Groups. Okay, so what is API Groups? So this is actually enables us to bundle our APIs and resources to single packet, and then we can customize this the instances of that group with the different SLAs and rate limiting based on our requirement, and then we can publish it to the exchange, and then we can allow consumers to subscribe it. Okay, these API groups we can version like APIs, we can publish it to the exchange, and we can include more than one instance of a single API. To understand this feature in detail, I have listed down few use cases. So let's go ahead and check it out. So first use case, let's say we have one food delivery service company like Uber Eats or Zomato. They can have multiple, many different kind of APIs like user API, location API, payment API, transaction API, rewards API. Based on the business, let's say user centric, I can group user API and rewards API in one group. Financial specific APIs, I can group them together, as a financial group, like saying payment APIs and transaction API. So this kind of use case we can achieve with the help of new features, that is API groups. Okay. I have added one more use case. Let's see that. So let's say there is a company called Good Weather. Okay. So this use case I have taken it from the documentation itself. So let's say this company has multiple APIs, location API, forecast API, indices API, weather API. Now the users wanted to know that what are the APIs useful for me, or for weather information, what are the APIs available. Okay, if we don't have the grouping or this category structure, then consumer itself, they will get discovery problem. What are the APIs useful for me? So if you group them together on the business specific requirement, okay, then for the discovery also it will be useful. For the consumers, the discovery problem is solved. Okay. Again, on the SLA based, let's say, okay, so on subscription based, let's say for trial, I wanted to give only location and API, a location and forecast. Okay. For base subscription, I want to give different set of APIs. For enterprise subscription, I wanted to give different set of APIs. So this kind of groupism and the categories we can achieve via the API groups. Okay. So let's see in detail. Okay. So API groups, it's a new feature added, as I said, under the under API Manager. Okay, this you can club your multiple APIs and organize the APIs on the basis of domains, environments, and business groups. You can apply SLA on top of the group, okay, so that it can be applied to the all the instances of the APIs in that group. Okay, provided you need to apply the rate limiting and SLA based policy on the API level, but you can apply the global level SLA on top of the group. Okay, so let's see. Then, as part of demo, I'll show you how to do that. Okay, let's see the features of the API group. Okay, we can create API group for individual organization as well as for the environment. Okay, as I said, we can version the API groups. We can promote the API groups from one environment to another environment. API group can be modified and deleted. There is option called duplicate also as well. Okay, so either you can add or delete API instances. Okay, so based on the business requirement, we can create the API groups out of it. Okay, let's see the benefits of the API group. So if we use a API group, then first advantage is we can club same set of APIs. That will solve the that will simplify the asset discoveries. You can define the SLA on top of API group, which would be applicable for all the API instances in the group. Okay. Then once you publish this API group in Exchange, then we can make it available for the consumers. So it helps us to only you can go ahead and subscribe to the API group. That means only single client applications we need to maintain. Okay, so these are the benefits of the API group. So let's go on and move on and let's see the demo part. Okay, so I'll go to my environment. So first of all, I'll show you I have a different set of business groups. So I have master, under that I have global, and under that I have master. Okay, and in each business group I have published the API. So in another word, I will say that I have API instance in each business group. Okay, then we are going to create API group which will bundle the APIs from all these three groups, business groups, and from different environment in one group. Then we'll apply the SLA on top of it, and then we publish that API group to the exchange. And from the exchange, we'll request access, and then based on the access, we'll create SLAs on top of the API group, and then we'll apply the rate limiting policy to each and every API, and then we'll try to see the demo. Okay, so let's move on. Let's start with the API group. So let me create the API group for me. So let's say we'll start with the, so let me create API group called, okay. So let me go ahead. And here you can see that since I'm creating it from the top, org, so I'm getting the first org as a training. Okay, inside that I have two environments. Dev, I'll go to the dev environment. I'll select the API and I'll select the instance of that API. Again, I'll go to the production. So now see, from the two different environment, I am adding API to this group. This is the first use case. Then, okay, so in this business group, that is the master business group, I have only two environments and I have published only two APIs. So now I wanted to add an API from the different business group. So there is an option called add org over here. So let's take the global business. Let's add first a global business group. Here I have only one environment called sandbox. And from here I have deployed one API called user RESTful API. I'll add this instance over here. Now I have in global, I have only one environment and only one API. Now let's go ahead and add one more business group called master data. Let's go ahead and quickly add the environment from here. I have Hello World app deployed over there in the master data business group. Okay, so let's select the instance of that API. Now let me go ahead and save this. Okay, so we have created the API group. Now we have added the instances. Once we added the instances, let's go ahead and create the SLAs on top of this API. So add the SLAs. So let me create the SLA called trial first. And I'll say this is automatically auto approve. Okay. And here I'm saying I can only access 5 requests per minute. Okay. And I'm applying this SLA on default. So there are two types of SLA. The default SLA, which will be, this SLA will be applied to all the instances of the APIs. Then there is an individual. Okay. So I'll add one more SLA and then I'll show you how. So individual SLAs will be applied to the specific instance. And this global default SLA will be overridden by this individual SLA. Okay. I'll try to show you that. So in the trial, we'll apply the 5 requests per minute SLA on top of all the API instances. Okay, so let me save this. Now, one more SLA tier will add it. Let's say that is gold. Okay, in gold, I'll say approval will be manual. And here I say that 10 requests per minute. Okay, now this 10 requests. In the trial, I said 5 requests only. So on all these instances in the gold SLA tier, 10 requests per minute will be allowed. Okay. But I wanted to add one more thing over here. I wanted to select the user API and I wanted to say that this API will be allowed to execute 1000 requests per minute over here. Okay. So just choose this per minute. So this will be, now this default will be overwritten by this. Okay. So let me save this. So now we have applied two SLAs. One is gold and one is trial. Inside the trial, I have used only default SLA. Here, I have used both individual as well as the default. Okay. So let's go ahead. So we have applied the SLAs. We have added the instances. We'll go ahead and we'll publish this guy to the exchange. So I'm saying this is my group name, API group name, and this is the version. As we said, right, we can version the API groups also. Let's go ahead and publish it. So this group is getting published to the exchange now. So let's go ahead. Here, there are two options you can see, to manage and share in exchange. And you can see the contracts for this API group over here. So let's go ahead in the exchange and request for the access. There is something going wrong. Okay. So now this is the API group we have created. Okay. So let me go ahead and say request access. Let's go ahead. This is the version of that API group. Let's go ahead and we can create the application over here. I have already created, so I'll use this existing applications and I'll request for the trial SLA. So you can see that here all the API instances will be allowed to execute only 5 requests per minute. Okay, that's the request. Okay, so this just copy paste this client ID and client secret over here. So let me copy to my, okay. So these are for the trial. Okay, let me go ahead and request for okay, let me close this. I'll request for now for the gold SL. Same API instance, API group instance. Then now I'm using gold client application. And then now we'll be requesting for the gold SLA tag. Now you can see that other API instances are allowed to execute 10, but the user API is allowed to execute 1000 per. That means that individual SLA is taking precedence on the default SLA. So let's request for this. And for this SLA, we said, right, it will be a manual process. Let's close this. Okay. You can go back to assets here and you can see applications over here. So this is a trial. Okay. So this client ID and client secret we already copied. Let me copy the gold client and this one. Okay. So if you copy this, Control C, go back over here, Control V, again go back, copy the client ID here, just go. So let's remember this is for gold, this is for trial SLA. Okay, let's keep this information safe. Let me go back. Okay, now the exchange part is done. So we have published the API group over here and we are requested for the API group instance. Okay, now based on the SLA, we got the client ID and client secret also. Okay, so now let's go back to my API manager. Okay, now where I can see these contracts for this API group instance. Okay, so this is my burn stack, right? So this is my API group. So here, if you go to this instance, okay, you can see here there are SLI, tires, group details, and there is a contract over here. Now see, these two applications, requested for this API group instance access. So trial was already auto approved and this is pending, right? Gold SLA. Now let me approve this. Okay. Now this SLA will work only if your API has already applied the rate limiting policy. So let's go ahead and see. Actually, I already applied that policy. So we'll go to each and every API and then go to the policies. Okay, see, I have applied the rate limiting policy here. If you don't apply this policy, that SLA won't work. Okay. Let me go back to the another business group, that is global. Inside the global, I have a API called user REST API. Okay. Here also, if you see, I have applied the rate limiting policy. Okay. Now, again, go back to the other business group, that is master data. In this, I have hello world API. Let's go ahead and check the policy. I have applied the rate limiting policy. Okay. Now let's go ahead and test this now. Okay. So what we'll do is on this user policy inside the global, in trial SLA, it is allowed to execute 5 requests per minute. In the gold, it is allowed 1,000 requests, right? 1,000 requests per minute on this. Okay, so let's go to the Postman. So I added these two URL, hello world and the user. Okay, so let me copy. Let me first uncheck this, and if we run this, invalid client and client secret. Okay, now first we'll get the client ID and client secret for the trial SL. Okay, so let me go ahead to the Postman. Control F, Control V. Go back to your notepad, copy. Now, if I execute 5 requests, this is a trial, right? After 5, I should get error. So let's go ahead and apply this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's working as per our SLA's configuration. Now let me change this configuration. Okay, let me change this configuration. Since we are using trial SLA configuration, now I use the client ID of the gold. Now let's same API, same API instance. Go back. Okay, now send. So now we are using gold SLA. Okay, so it should not throw me any error because quota has been exceeded. Just a second. I think there was some cache issue. So now that is resolved now. So with this client ID and client secret, which is for the gold client, okay, I'm able to execute this more than 5. Okay, you can see that even more than 10. Okay, yeah. So this is the way we can take help of the API groups. Okay, so let me recap what we have done. We have created the API group under the API manager, where in a single API group, we have actually clubbed the APIs from different environment first, then from the different business groups actually. And then we have created one package. That package we have published it to the exchange, and from exchange, this is that package. You can see here, these are the 2 APIs from dev and prod, and these are the 2 APIs from the different business group. Okay, then we have published it to the exchange, and from exchange we have request the access, and that access we could see those contracts over here, trial client and gold client over here. And based on the SLA, we could see the number of access request we can the number of times we can execute the API, that is exactly equal to the SLA's configuration. Okay. Yep. So that's all from this session. Hope you liked it. Hope you feel it's useful. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not done already. And thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.